The opening on the nation's highest court comes after reports that liberal Justice Stephen Breyer will retire. Good evening. I'm Julie Hayner.
And I'm Mike Meebeck. Justice Breyer is expected to step down after serving 27 years on the nation's highest court. Now, while replacing him with another liberal justice won't change the makeup of the court, there are still major political implications. KTVU's Greg Lee here now to explain. Greg?
Yeah, Mike, Justice Breyer has often said the court is not and should not be a political institution. It is hard not to see the calculus here as the midterms approach, with Democrats holding a razor-thin majority in the Senate.
And of course, I think that the more you know, I know.
Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer is reportedly set to retire at the end of this term from the nation's highest court. The court's senior liberal, a San Francisco native, is 83. His departure will give President Biden his first chance to name a new justice.
Democrats and progressives know that the window to fill this seat with one of President Biden's nominees is closing.
Progressives have been calling for Breyer to retire, while Democrats still hold the slimmest majority in the Senate. Vice President Harris, the tie-breaking vote. Though a Biden appointment won't change the 6-3 conservative majority, bolstered by former President Trump's 3 picks, it would preserve the liberal wing.
Even though it doesn't change the current composition of the court in the sense of it doesn't change the balance of power, it makes sure that this court will not become a 7-2 conservative majority court.
There has been no announcement from Justice Breyer. Let him make whatever statement he's going to make, and I'll be happy to talk about it later.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki did confirm the president stands by his campaign promise to nominate a black woman to the bench.
Having a black woman on the Supreme Court is really a game changer. It is big. It is huge.
Leslie Davis is the CEO of the National Association of Minority and Women-Owned Law Firms. She's hopeful the president delivers. 2 women on the short list: D.C. Circuit Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson and California Supreme Court Justice Leandra Kruger.
We're not just adding color for color's sake or ethnicity for ethnicity's sake. We're adding another layer of excellence, of perspective, of experience.
Whoever is picked faces a confirmation hearing in a fiercely divided Senate. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wrote President Biden's nominee will receive a prompt hearing in the Senate Judiciary Committee and will be considered and confirmed by the full United States Senate with all deliberate speed. Schumer is reportedly eyeing the same 30-day timeline Republicans used to confirm Justice Amy Coney Barrett after the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham acknowledged Democrats' power in the Senate, writing, "Elections have consequences, and that is most evident when it comes to fulfilling vacancies on the Supreme Court." Something important to note here. While Breyer's retirement is being widely reported, we have yet to see a formal statement from the court or the justice. The Supreme Court term typically ends in late June, early July. Mike?
And Greg, you said it. It's not like the Democrats have a huge majority here in the Senate. Saying that, does it mean that President Biden needs to make I don't know, safe is the right word, but a safe selection for his nominee just to ensure that every Democrat actually votes yes here?
Yeah, and that was some of the conversation today was, do you need to put someone in that role that is perhaps more moderate, left of center? And that has been the conversation throughout President Biden's agenda, with Democratic Senators Sinema and Manchin sort of standing in the way of some of those things. I will say to that point, Democrats, for the most part, have been lockstep with judicial nominees from President Biden, so that remains to be seen. But I'm sure they would love to get a centrist Republican like a Murkowski or a Collins to sign off on this.
And I'm sure President Biden would like a big win, and this could be a big win he needs.
Yeah, the Build Back Better plan has certainly stalled, and there's been many conversations about these historically low poll numbers for this administration. So again, this is a chance for President Biden to deliver on a promise that he has had about putting a black woman to the bench.
KTVU political reporter Greg Lee. Greg, thanks.